Hi, it's Patricia, Infinite Self-Help, infiniteselfhelp.com, and on YouTube and Instagram. I'm a counselor and a coach in Jacksonville, Florida, and anywhere in the world online through video coaching sessions. You know who I am, but just in case you didn't, there you go. So I just finished the awesome book by Brené Brown, Braving the Wilderness, and Brené Brown's work is foundational for me. As a therapist, I'm really grounded in attachment theory and being an attachment therapist and being informed with neurobiology and how the brain works and rewiring your brain and healing through relationships. So it's your relationship with me that's healing in our work together. So I have attachment therapy. It's kind of like my father, and then Brené Brown's work is like my mother, as far as like if I had parents that were guiding me in the work that I do. And Brené Brown's work is on vulnerability and shame and creativity and bravery and courage and belonging. And so I just finished her 5th book, Braving the Wilderness. It's about belonging and about how it feels lonely to stand out from the crowd and do the right thing. And that's what we have to do in order to feel belonging, because then we belong to ourselves and we're not going with the crowd. And you belong to yourself, and you know that you belong everywhere, and you don't have to do what the cool kids are doing to fit in. Like, you can be yourself and everyone can love you in every setting. Like, think about that kid in high school that got along with the popular kids and got along with the band kids and got along with the theater kids and got along with the pot smoking kids. Like that one guy that just everyone liked. That guy, he had the sense of belonging. Or that girl. And that's what we want to be. That's how we want to be. That feels good. That feels the best. You belong in your home, you belong with your family, you belong at work, you belong everywhere you go. And I have a quote here, actually. So this is towards the end of the book, and when I read it, it just really hit me. And her work is just so profound. I'll just read it. It says, "Stop walking through the world looking for confirmation that you don't belong. You will always find it because you've made that your mission. Stop scouring people's faces for evidence that you're not enough. You will always find it because you've made that your goal. True belonging and self-work are not goods. We don't negotiate their value with the world. The truth about who we are lives in our hearts. Our call to courage is to protect our wild heart against constant evaluation, especially our own. No one belongs here more than you." So that's it. Human rights. Everyone gets to be here. Everyone gets to feel okay and be okay. And all the problems we have are people struggling with unworthiness and hurt people, and all of the violence and the bullying and the meanness is coming from people who don't have a sense of deep worthiness inside. They're bound by shame, and for various reasons, when you're hurt inside, you hurt others. And we're all guilty of it. I mean, even the nicest person can be pushed to the edge if they're under stress and lash out and snap. Usually the people closest to them, right? You know, or even to strangers. Servers in restaurants. things like that. And so also in the book she gets into civility and the concept of civility, and I loved that in-depth exploration of civility, because before I read that, civility, be civil, was just a word that had no meaning to me. I mean, it meant be civil, okay? I don't know, it didn't really strike me or have much meaning to me. And that's the great thing about really learning the deep meaning behind words like civility and belonging and shame and vulnerability and trust and courage and bravery, because then you're able to live out those values and have more understanding, just from having more understanding of the words and then being able to like feel them deeply and not just have it be a surface level understanding. You can have like a deep understanding. So I have this deep understanding of civility now, which is great, and the context to talk about it. So she had to, in writing this book, she had to delve into politics because she just had to. And I find that in my work as a counselor, like it's directly related to all of our daily lives now. We're all impacted by what's happening in politics, because it's directly affecting our lives and our families and our connection with others, and we're very disconnected, and we need to be able to communicate to solve these issues and stay calm and communicate and listen to the other side, because underneath the different sides, what they really want is love and safety and connection, and for people to not be hurt. So we have the same goals. So remembering that when you talk to people that have differing values, you can breathe and stay calm and work to give, if you're the one who's more mature, then give them the space to speak and actually try to understand and think about the deeper meaning and think about what you have in common. And I was able to use this at a family gathering. I went to a funeral this past weekend, and I was able to use this when a family member started, to me it felt like randomly ranting about politics and the NFL players kneeling during the national anthem. And I felt like they were randomly ranting their opinion about it. But I was able to stay calm, mainly from reading this book and having it really fresh in my mind, and really feeling and understanding deeply this concept of civility, and like, well, this is a family member that I care about, and we have differences of opinion on this issue, but I was able to breathe and stay calm and listen and try to understand why this person was thinking the way they were thinking about the political issues. And I was able to respond calmly and appropriately and say things that could hopefully be received by that person, without, as opposed to getting upset and starting to argue and defend myself, in which case they wouldn't have heard me. And I wouldn't have heard them either. Because when you're arguing, it's about I'm right and you're wrong. That's not communication. We have to understand that everyone's experience is real and true for them. And how do we navigate communicating when we disagree? And it really involves staying calm and being civil. And I think the greatest example of civility was when, I found it to be very impressive the way that Barack Obama treated Donald Trump when Donald Trump won the election. So, fall of winter 2016, in that transition time, just how he treated him just like any other respectful politician that, would have won the race. And that's civility right there. And I think Donald Trump really appreciated that. And he went from, saying terrible things about Obama to saying Obama's a very nice guy, because Obama treated him with respect. So if we don't treat others with respect, they're not going to listen to us. And if we don't listen to them, we're not going to be able to understand them, to be able to communicate to them in a way that they can hear. So, yeah, Brene Brown, civility, belonging, good stuff. I'll put a link below to get that book if you're interested. And yes, as always, you can reach out to me. Go to my website, infiniteselfhelp.com. You can book a session with me online, anywhere in the world, or in person in Jacksonville, Florida. And see you next time.